Recording in progress.
It's never the same without.
It's not.
We need someone always needs to say it, or else it's
It,
just not
this is
right.
very true, but it's just not the same as Hannah's either. She's so good at it. So fucking good.
So, where we left off, um, you all made your way back from the Dale Lands, taking an airship, finding yourself in Fort Morning Lord, and heading back towards Candlekeep, ready to continue your adventures, your research, whatever it is that you need at that starting point. However, a singular message makes its way towards Renji through a spell from an old ally, uh, asking to watch your back, as someone seems to be coming for it. Renji then talked to the boat keeper of that boat you were taking, convinced them to make a U-turn, which I will put this in here now. We are retconning a little thing. Jinx decided to disembark and head back towards Candlekeep with the intention of looking up anything that might be of assistance for the group in regards to whatever is happening to Alosrin at this moment, in hopes to possibly get some sort of answer. And you all headed back towards the far, far, far end of the Kyanthar River, with a brief stop in one of the other towns along the river. We left off with you guys just appearing. Where is my map? There is my map. In the town of El Terrell, you've reached the shores of a small town of El Terrell. To restock so that you are able to continue on past towards the end of the line. As that message said that Alosrin was given the information to lead them towards Easting, which is on the far, far end of the river. You did also get another message the next day, Renji, letting you know why would I know where Candlekeep is? Why would I be there? We are currently closer to Scornabel on our way towards El Terrell, and you're like, great, I'll meet you at El Terrell. So, with that in mind, you've reached the shores of El Terrell and step out into a rather, actually pretty large city on this river. Seems to be a lot of farmlands, a lot of trading hubs. It's a decent size. What would you like to do first?
So we're at the very end of the Kyonathar River.
Nope, the El Terrell is actually even before Scornabel on the river. The Kyanthar brings you all the way down to Easting, or it can go up towards the Sunset Mountains. You've not reached that far.
Okay.
The schooner owner said that if you were going to go back and go that far, you were going to need to resupply. But you also reached out to Island to meet here at El Terrell because her boats are faster.
Yep. Renji would look to Ling. I'm going to stop off at El Terrell and get something made.
Sounds good.
Do you wish to accompany me, or do you have something you want to do?
Yeah, I can accompany you. I've actually got a couple things I'd like to pick up myself.
All right. So go to find a blacksmith in LVL.
Okay. Let me pull up a map. This is a very interesting map. I don't think those are the actual sections of the town. It doesn't sound right. That sounds better. Nope, that's Baldur's Gate.
Before we hit the blacksmith, Renji, do you need any more of the iron out of the hole so we don't have to pull it out at the blacksmith?
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
I think we have 8 left. You gave 2 to the other blacksmith,
Yeah, I'll take.
and nobody else has taken any.
I'll take 1 bar.
1 more bar? Okay.
Yeah, because what I have in mind, 1 bar will be sufficient.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pop that in my backpack.
Yep. Bear with me 1 minute, just doing a quick sketch.
You're totally good. I am pulling up the main notable locations. All right. So you are looking for a blacksmith.
Yep.
Roll me a investigation check,
But,
as you have not been to El Terrell.
I assisted.
I have advantage anyway.
Okay. Then
Then
I would also like to look. Oh, hey, not bad.
19 total.
17.
All right, yeah. Making your way out of the docks area, you do find some of the more main trade areas of El Terrell. Then you do find yourself outside of a 2-story building with timbered walls, carved wooden doors, called the Sphinx Arsenal.
Okay.
Do you step inside?
Yep. Just hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
I'm looking to get something custom made.
Oh, really?
Yes. And good thing is I have an iron bar to help with production, so that it's less material costs for you.
That's rather convenient. All right. Come on in. What are we thinking?
Just a question first. Do you have any chain stock? Do you have any chains available right now?
Oh, I'm sure we've got some chains around somewhere.
I know what you're going for.
And I will show you a sketch of how I would like my thing.
How much chain exactly are you looking for?
20 feet.
20 feet? Well, the standard bit of chain is about 10. You want to make it 20 feet. That's going to be about 10 gold pieces?
Ooh. That's absolutely fine. And DM, I am showing. I'll put in the group chat. Fuck it. So I would like this dart made, but a little bit bigger and a little bit more, just a little bit more weight, as it is for throwing, but it's going to be affixed to a chain. And I need a solid iron polygonal weight at the end.
At the end of the chain?
Dart at one end, the weight at the other end.
Pulls over some parchment and starts sketching this kind of concept out with you. make a intelligence check with advantage to try and create this concept with this shopkeeper.
I am proficient with smith's tools. Could I roll that check with advantage?
You already would have advantage. I said because you're working with him.
Okay.
It will be with advantage. I'm sorry. I probably am speaking real quiet and not realizing it.
No, you're good. Oh, thank God for that
Story of
advantage.
my life.
Nice.
Fucking yes.
Right, hold on. I love my Jack's dice.
When you're a player, I love your Drax dice. When you're my DM, I don't like your Drax dice.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I use Drax dice with the Valravan, and I remember you getting the short end of that stick, especially.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, I remember. Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome.
That was secretly your revenge.
The Nidhogg, yep. I was like, all right.
I didn't do much to the Nidhogg. I was not the problem with the Nidhogg. All I did was fix issues with the Feywild. I had a conversation with the dirt. That's it.
Uh-huh.
And they took that personally.
And the dirt was like, oh, I like you too, and built me some stairs. That's not my fault.
To be fair, I should have been take a level in Druid after that, because fucking hell.
Could you imagine Lethe as a druid?
No.
She's a city girl.
Oh yeah. She hates dirt.
She's a city girl. We've dealt with spiders, and she's like, "Oh, fuck that."
You dealt with
Nope.
big ass beetles, and you were like, nope.
No, city girl.
Oh
Ew,
look.
ew, 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 ew.
Oh look, forest creatures.
Everyone's like, everyone who knew was just like, "Didn't you grow up in Svaltovheim?" She's like, "Shush."
I rarely got out of the city. Fuck you.
I lived in my house. Know that?
And to be fair, in Svartalfheim, if you go out of the city, at your own peril.
Mhm.
Because yeah.
I had a bodyguard. I didn't.
But
No. I don't do bugs.
hell,
Anyway.
basically, Svartalfheim, like just quickly, Svartalfheim basically in Yggdrasil was basically the Underdark.
Oh, okay.
Hence why stay in the cities. And if you're going to travel in between, have a guide.
And a gun? They don't
Gun?
exist, but have one.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I'm glad I did, because
I just had a mafioso bodyguard. We're fine. Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
Back to the blacksmith.
Yep.
I love how offhanded you can make these comments about characters. Anyway, so with your natural 20, Ling, watching this, you watch as the two of them start sketching out across this parchment a very intricate looking, it becomes less of a dart and more of a dagger that is affixed to this chain, and a heavy blunt, not quite full sphere, but actually it looks more like a Christmas tree ornament, where it's kind of like where it's pointed on both ends, but not enough to be pointed. Counterweight on the back of this chain. It's very beautifully sketched out. And let's see how well this got.
Another nat 20?
No, really.
I'm fucking serious.
I was gonna say, before he actually makes it, let me know, because I'm gonna cast Bless.
I mean, I did not give any indication, so I could take that, but also that's a natural 20. Which is really funny now that I take the picture and realize that Luffy is staring at it in a very judgmental way. Luffy's just like, get this off my face.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
So yeah, it's only going to take the better part of a day to put all this together, utilizing some of the tools that they already have. So mostly they'll end up using that iron bar as compensation for some of the supply, and also for the counterweight. That's what the time you're really waiting for. Because they can just kind of weld onto the back of a pre-made dagger. And well, your dagger is pretty distinct in appearance, so they actually will have to make a full dagger itself. So it is going to take the rest of the day for the whole contraption to be ready. But it won't take more than that, which a lower roll would have required.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be able to pick this up this evening. And due to how much you're actually sparing in terms of supplies, so that would have been 10, that would have been 2. So really you're only looking at 10 gold for the entire contraption to be made, because you're
Nice.
providing the iron bar.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, that's easily done.
Alrighty, 10 gold.
And I have a question for the blacksmith. So I had something that I would like to make for a friend. A small bust that might go onto a pendant. So I'm wondering what materials do you use for casting something like that? Do you need wax, or can it be wood inside the investment, or?
It depends on what you're planning on using, what the material you're casting would be. I mean, if you're only using like a clay or a porcelain, then wax should be fine. But if you're planning on using a steel or a metal, then it's gonna have to be pretty hardy.
Okay. Well, no, not on the outside. For the inside. The So as far as I'm aware, please tell me if I'm wrong. You make a little thing and then make a mold out of that thing, and then you take that thing out or melt it out, and then you put in the metal, right?
Oh, I thought you were carving into a mold and then pouring hot molten metal into it to make an object, and that would not be recommended.
Yeah, no. I don't have that kind of skill. I was thinking of making a wooden or wax model of the bust. It's going to take me a while, and then bring that to a blacksmith. I don't know if we'll be in town when I finish this, but I would like to have the right ingredients.
Well, I mean, if what you're doing
success.
is making a mold, then chances are, as long as something that it can be hardy enough that when you press it into something to make the mold for whatever you're casting, then you should be okay. Wax is probably going to be a little bit less. It might squish your face if you're making a bust.
Yeah. I want all the detail. Okay. So you would suggest maybe wood then? Easy to carve?
Probably.
All right. You wouldn't happen to have
I
any
don't
wood
do a lot of
carvers?
that work. I make weapons and armor.
Okay, so you don't make tools. Got it.
Basic tools.
Well, yeah, I was just asking if maybe you had a set of wood carving tools,
Farm tools.
that you have made.
Oh, I got wood carver tools. Yeah, I've got that. I meant I don't make sculptures.
No. I'm doing the sculpting. I just would like it turned into a metal piece at a later date. I'm just trying to get all of my ducks in a row.
I hope I'm giving you right information then. Pulls out some wood carver tools.
Is that the DM or the blacksmith talking?
Yes.
Um, me, Helen, I know how this works because I do it at work.
Mm-hmm.
But Ling, no idea.
It's like me, but it's also like he's a blacksmith who he's made like pitchforks and blades and armor, and you're like, how do I make this bust? And he's like, I don't know.
Never poured molten metal into a mold. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yes, but like not for something as delicately detailed as a fucking face.
Okay.
But woodcarver's tools on D&D are maybe that's right. That's not the I'm thinking of the wrong. Yeah, they're gold.
Okay. I'll drop
I
a
literally
gold.
just bought some with one of my other characters last weekend, so I should remember this. I did not.
All right. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Of course. Anything else I
Renji?
can help you with?
And I don't think so. Renji, we good until tonight? Here, anyway.
We're good. Just testing the waters, as it were. You wouldn't happen to see a slightly older elf than I am, look like me, but lighter hair, a little bit less pale, same colored eyes. Looks like a real conceited prick.
Can't say I have. As I just went from a natural 20 to a natural 1.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Taking that information
completely serious. That is a 1. I am going to cry.
Taking Renji's description to the blacksmith and what they've spoken of previously, I would like to use prestidigitation to make a small illusion of what I believe Alosrin looks like.
Yep.
So that we have an easier way of showing people, hey, have you seen this person?
Make an intelligence check just to see how well you do.
Derpy. Oh, fuck me, dice. Oh, that's a 19. Yeah, 20 total.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of very like shaky hologrammy because it is just a character.
It's just an illusion.
It's not, they're not really that detailed. It's very pixelated. But also with your intelligence check, you're a changeling.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally just be like, I'm a Alosrin now.
But I haven't seen Alosrin.
Yeah.
Remember, I can't do customs.
Kind
so
of,
if I see him in the illusion, then I can turn into him.
Kind of like this illusion is very much like, all right, and it's kind of like a cop sketch, right?
Oh, okay.
I like to think of it that way, like a wanted poster cop sketch. Like you can kind of be a little bit like, you're not going to look exactly like Alosrin, but you're going to be like a facsimile. You could be like, okay, is the hair the right length? Should I go a little longer, a little shorter?
Okay.
That's how I imagine it. I mean, you're not changing your whole clothes, but you can make your face.
No, not at all. Oh, that's okay. You were talking about.
It's not.
I thought we were talking about prestidigitation, and then now at the end of this, I think you're talking about me.
Yes, I said you're a changeling.
Okay. Yes.
So like
that whole second spiel, I thought you were talking about the hand illusion kind of for prestidigitation.
Like you cannot make yourself look like an exact copy of somebody unless you've seen them. True, but you constantly are adjusting your appearance just to fit your mood for the day. So by that logic,
I guess I've been a bit shaky on the rules for Ling.
Is it this shade? You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I've just been, I guess, playing Ling both able to customize and unable to customize, because I know I had that other conversation with the changeling at Elturel?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, Elturel. Where we got the...
Or Scornbell.
Was it Scornbell?
Now. You're in Elturel now. This is the first time you've been in Elturel.
Ah, my brain. Okay.
Yeah. And even she's like she adjusts her appearance as her mood fits, but she's more comfortable in her changeling or half changeling self. So she doesn't change much.
Okay, I
She's
understand
found
now.
the appearance that she likes the best for her. And it's her appearance. It's her natural appearance.
Okay. Okay. I will use that then going forward.
If I've ever said anything that's confusing, let me know. Or if I contradict myself down the line, just let me know. Because sometimes I'm like, this makes sense here. And another moment I'll be like, that didn't make sense. But I don't remember the first
I feel like I've contradicted myself when it comes to Ling as well. So it's a learning thing. It's a new kind of character. So just whatever you roll, I'll stick with. So I can do little customs. So I will do that.
If you'd like.
And at least get a face going for us to show around if needed.
I want to know, are you guys going to have that conversation? Like, how's the nose? Is it too, and like have...
Oh, yes. Just not in the blacksmith.
Yeah.
No.
I really love the idea, though, that like Tyndall and Mimi are off in a corner, like chatting, while Ling and Renji are just being like, all right, now make the eyes a little narrower. Now just a little shorter. Nope, too much. Like,
yeah, sketch artist, my face.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love this.
All right.
So much.
So
Renji,
I'll have a
you're watching Ling slowly become your sibling. How's that feel?
Not gonna lie, like, Ling would do. If you see me get angrier and angrier, you're getting closer. If you see me with seething rage, you're on point.
You are spot on.
Yep.
Well then, I will try and morph my face until I just piss Renji off to no end.
Both of you make me intelligence checks again.
Oh no. Oh no. What is that?
Okay. Mine jumped out of the tray and into my bin, so it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Yeah,
no.
It's not in the tray.
In your intended rolling spot.
Yeah.
Mine will sometimes jump onto my keyboard and then immediately get cocked, so I never count those because it's stuck resting on the keys. I have like 3 rolling trays that I don't use. I just use my desk. I have a tower that I don't use.
Yeah, I made a tower and I lost it, but my tray is my my container.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
Wow.
6.
Amazing.
Guidance. Wait, I have guidance. This is a check. 8.
Renji, you know how to describe your sibling, your brother. And at first you're frustrated, and Ling reads that as, oh, you're getting mad, I'm on the right track. And you're like, wrong kind of bad.
Although, wait, no.
Okay. Blank.
We will try this again tomorrow.
Yep. Let's go back to my blank.
It eventually gets like kind of close, but it's very much like they never get my nose right. Like
oh no, this is bad. This is the bad. They could just never get my nose right.
But Renji, I'm using your nose. They're your brother.
No, just
fine. Do I see a pet shop around anywhere?
a pet shop?
Yes, pet supply shop.
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20, 21.
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna go in and
Okay.
I'm gonna look around for Dog treats for one, for sure. Definitely getting dog treats. Also want to try and find, I guess what would best be considered a dog tag? But, how am I going to do that? I can ask. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, I want to get a dog tag with the gift of dog inscribed on it.
All right, give me one.
And I'll actually write that out in Infernal script for them to copy on to the dog tag, if they even have it.
Yeah, so you don't. You find a place that's just called Kel and Garambers. And you go into Kel and Garambers. And it's a pet shop. It's just got, like, it's not one that, like, actually has, like, husbandry, or, like, actual animals. It's just, like, little foods. And it's a city, so there's gonna be, like, little outfits for dogs.
Actually wondering about that.
Yep, that's a thing here. Why not? And if you're looking for just like a collar and tag and some treats,
just the tag.
Just the tag?
I mean, maybe a collar, but I'm not seeing that working. I'm thinking later on for maybe like a piercing somewhere.
Okay.
It's all up to the dog though.
Okay. Grand total, I'll put it at about luck. 5 silver.
5 silver? Okay. It's a bag of doggy treats and a dog tag. 5 silver, done. Thank you. Did I need anything else? I might need some more incense. I've used most of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go do a very quick resupply of my spell stuff and my praying stuff. So a component pouch and a few blocks of incense.
So you're looking for just like a magic store or
Yes, please. I mean, we don't even have to roleplay that. I can just add it.
Okay. Component pouches are typically 25 gold.
Okay. We'll do that. And just a box of incense here. Of course, they don't have a freaking cost.
For
a block of incense. They're probably pretty cheap.
Well, the block of incense itself is part of the component pouch, or should be. But specific spells will say that they require incense worth so much gold.
Oh, no, this isn't for spells. This is for my paladin praying stuff.
Gotcha.
This is separate. My priest pack came with 2 bundles, but there's no cost for it. So if you go, how much to withdraw? I took off the 25 already.
What are the specifics of them?
Just this block of incense.
It's in the priest pack. The priest pack is 19 gold pieces total.
Oh, you have to buy an entire thing just for incense?
I'll say that you're not going to have to pay for the whole pack because that would be stupid.
Yeah.
So
definitely don't need double everything.
I'm looking at everything that's in there: a blanket, a backpack, candles, tinderbox, alms, censer, vestige. Yeah, so the incense is only going to cost you like another gold. It's not very much based on everything else that's in here.
Thank you. Taken off. All done. Well, Angie, that's my errands for the day. Anything else you'd like to do before we head back to the blacksmith? Oh, wait, we need to get actual supplies for the boats, don't we? Wait, are we
Yes.
going? Whose boat are we
Well,
taking, and do they have supplies? I know the boat that we just got off doesn't, but
It's probably best that we get extra anyway.
okay.
So we'll get extra extra supplies, rations, water, like everything they would need.
Mhm. Easy on the water. We have the alchemy jug.
Yep. Yeah. So just extra rations and supplies.
Mhm.
All right. Depending on the quality of rations that you're getting.
Not like top quality, but like between mid and top quality.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
just
more
put
eating
in
gruel.
Just
Yeah.
put down another 5 gold, and that'll last you a few days.
Okay. With supplies in hand, Renji is going to go to the blacksmith and pick up his new toy.
All right, that is going to be available closer to like 5 or 6 at night. Is there anything else during the day that you'd like to do?
Actually, meet with Elaine.
Island?
Island, that's the one. Yes.
Not Elaine.
Yes.
Nope.
Elaine is a very distant cousin.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah, let's get our ducks in a row.
Yep.
As early as possible.
Oh my god, wait. I kind of want her to have a cousin Elaine now.
Go ahead.
Why do I feel like that? Like these cousins are just like almost identical, and you're just like, okay, which one are you?
Well, they are so it's their family is a very, and you know this, is a very large clan of satyrs.
They're basically like gypsy satyrs, aren't they?
More or less.
Yeah.
They are closer to the Rinmani kind of traveling mentality. They mostly work as smugglers. But they help those in need get out of situations.
Yeah.
They have been known to do other things, help finance their operation. But they are they live on the waterways, they work on the waterways. It's just a very, and the family has like 4 different riverboats.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the Dorset family.
Cool.
Make a perception check to look out to see if you can find Island or any of the family boats. Renji.
Hold on.
I need to stop playing with this pepper container or I spill it everywhere.
So, when am I making a perception check? Sorry, repeat. I was typing
A perception check, yeah.
Okay. Also, Ling, group chat. 17.
17. It takes you a while to spot as you're by the water. You're looking out and eventually you do see one of the family boats appear.
Yep.
And Island is not on this boat, but you do see one of the cousins that you've met before. A male satyr, tall, kind of more built gentleman, who is kind of gazing over the crowd, looking for somebody.
You mentioned anything?
Yeah, just kind of like lean into Lung. That's a cousin of Aelin. We should be good.
Can I look to see if I can see them all looking around for people?
Now that they've been mentioned,
Pointed
not
out?
hard to miss because
Okay.
satyrs are extremely rare. And this
I'll
is
grow real tall.
This is like a. Well, no, you don't watch Shorzy. But I did make you watch that clip. The JJ, the tall guy with the beard who came out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that as a satyr. It's just like over the crowd.
I'm gonna get real big and just start waving. Get real tall.
Yeah. Waves to you and kind of waves for you guys to come over.
Mm-hmm. Head on over.
All right, you all approach, and Renji, you actually probably would have met this gentleman because they do jump from ship to ship from time to time. So he would have been on crew on Island's ship when you first utilized the boats to leave home. This is Caleb, and he's just like, "Well, you're the ones who."
It is us.
Yep. Is Island around?
No, Island, not here. We've got to go the rest of the way to her. It's only about 20 minutes down the river. It's not far.
So we're ship jumping.
Well,
or
we'll explain when we get there.
That bad, huh?
It was not fun.
Is anyone okay? Is everyone okay? No one too badly hurt?
I'll let Island talk to you.
All right. Right. I have something to pick up, but then as soon as I come back, we'll head off.
All right. Well, we're ready to head off whenever.
Yeah.
And it's at this moment that you look over, and like 2 boats over, you see the mustached gentleman you hired before sitting outside his skip, just looking in the crowd.
Hold on. I'm gonna go to that gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Have you returned?
Yes, well, slight change of plan. Well, good thing is, you don't have to take us all the way to Easting.
Oh, that's very convenient for me. Okay, I'll pick up. Sure.
But for your troubles, especially with everything last minute, I give him 20 gold.
That's more.
Yeah, you already keeping 10 last night.
Yep.
Yep. For your
You're
troubles.
paying me for not getting you to your dedicated location.
And it's more of a contribution, especially given your time and like how helpful you've been, and we really appreciate it.
Well, I won't say no to the patronage. Thank you.
Yes,
I will
absolutely.
flag down some new passengers. Enjoy the rest of your, I don't know, have fun. And like immediately goes back into like, excuse me, are you in need of transport? As he walks away.
Just kind of stands there for a bit going, that was awkward. Off to the blacksmith. So that moment of,
Sorry.
am I a dick? Was I a dick? Oh, I think I was a dick. I'm maybe, you know what? Okay. I'm overthinking. It's
You
like when
just
you
gave the
it's like-
man 30 gold for not taking you where you wanted to go. I don't think he thinks of you
Yeah.
as a dick right now. I think he's just confused.
heads to the blacksmith.
Okay.
I'll say like this is about the time Winnie said, and like,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll make it so it times perfect.
Yep.
We're good. You actually show up right as he's finishing wrapping it very neatly, and putting it into a burlap bag. And oh well, you're back already. Perfect
Yeah.
timing. I've got it right here for you.
Brilliant. May I?
That was absolutely. That was a fascinating creation. That was actually kind of fun. I am probably going to sell more of those. Just telling you now.
Remark them.
Okay. You want to see how it you want to see how it works?
Oh, absolutely. I've got some set up in the back. And starts leading you out of the main store area through the back forge area to a back lot where you do see there are a couple of training dummies that are set up that he uses to test to make sure that he's got everything weighted correctly and such.
Anyone here seen Shang-Chi?
Yes.
She Shaolin when she gets that dragon scale roped up. Yeah, no, Ranger's going full ham like that. Like full on just
God, amazing.
Just full on.
Amazing.
Pulls it back. Oh, this is nice. You outdid yourself.
Well, glad to help. That is gonna do some real damage.
And as a last, because we are a fan of this martial art TikTok, is going to kick the meteor part into the head of the dummy and just absolutely demolish it. Just
Yeah. The head, or what is used as a head, is just basically a giant, not terribly thick, but old, block log, and you hit it in just the right spot that the whole thing splits and cracks, and a few pieces tumble off, and he's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, that is gonna do some real damage."
and as a last test, find like the most intact training dummy, and is basically going to do Scorpion and yank it over.
Make a strength check.
Get over here.
Straight strength.
Yes.
That is a 15.
15. Yeah, you're able to pull it 5 feet closer to you.
Just
That is called a meteor. Sorry, I'm getting a message from a client.
You're good.
It's called meteor hammer, right?
I think there is a specific name for like the chain dagger.
Kunai and chain.
It's got, well, the thing is, it's a mix between a meteor hammer with a rope dagger. I will put, no, you already made a stat block, right?
So yeah, the one I've got, which I've just named the chain dart. A thrown kunai with a light yet durable chain attached supported by a steel ball counterweight can be thrown at a target within 20 feet of you. Takes a bonus action to recall the dart from the target as part of your attack action. You can make a strength at DC 15 to pull the target 5 feet closer to you.
Cool. We just need to add something for the meteor part of it, which I have something here. Because you said you added the strength save to pull something closer, yes?
Yes.
I did hear that, and you said it was 15?
Strength check DC 15.
Yep, that's what it should be. So I have someone already. So basically, to use the meteor part of it is going to be a D6.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
So yeah, the dart part is a D6 anyway, so it's a D6 either way.
Yes, but this time it just switches to bludgeoning damage.
Okay. With
You can
the
use.
I was gonna say, like, with the bludgeoning, would that still use my Dex modifier or my Strength modifier for the damage modifier?
It's still a Dex modifier to fling it, because you're not shot putting it. You're utilizing the force of the motion.
Cool.
I'm looking at someone had made a meteor hammer in homebrew, and they have extended strike where you can use a bonus action to swing the meteor in a tight circle, preparing for an extended strike. The next attack with the meteor on the same turn is considered to have reach, but you've already said it, so it's going to have reach, so that's not necessary.
Yeah. So like, I basically just done it off a normal dart, which is 20 feet, but it has the extended reach of 60 feet.
It's a 20-foot chain. You're not going to have an extended reach of.
Yeah, so basically I'm just going to be making a mental note of. Hold on.
So it works as a melee weapon with a 20-foot range.
Okay.
20-foot reach.
Yeah,
and really, it's only 15 feet because you have to have a hold of it.
Yeah, you have to have slack. So yeah, okay. Okay, makes sense.
It gives you 15-foot reach.
Yeah. And would you be okay with me using it also as like basically as a dagger as well?
Yeah. So it's just how you roll and wrap it will give you the ability to use it for a dagger, to bludgeon, and as like garrote.
Okay,
so you can use it to grapple and restrain.
Oh, so retractable dart, bludgeon, dagger, and garrote. That's kind of cool. All right.
That's the reason that I was so down with this idea.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Alrighty. Yeah.
And imagine if you got it enchanted.
I know. But that's a lot more money and a lot more time.
It's a lot more money.
And the time it takes to enchant shit. So that's kind of like.
You guys do tend to have a lot of downtime when you get to Candlekeep, though.
Just gonna say that.
I shouldn't have got it as a +1 dagger and just be like attached to chain and ball. But
that would have only added the +1 effects to the dagger, not to the meteor.
Yeah.
But still.
But it's
and if you enchant the whole thing, then it can't break, or is much less likely to break.
Because chain does have a AC and hit points. So it can be broken. It's just not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
So
better than a boat.
Renji went to get the supplies. Caleb leads you onto the riverboat. With a couple other members of the crew. You, Mimi, and Kindle are all brought onto the boat, and you have a couple minutes if there's anything you want to do while you're there.
I would. I'd like to get Seldua out of my backpack that they've been sleeping in, and pull them out and have a little chat. Seldua.
It is wonderful to see you again.
I don't think I'm ever going to get used to that voice. So I was wondering, I got you this little insignia for you. It says your name.
Oh, that is quite fascinating.
Usually dogs wear it on a collar. That would be a bit too restrictive on, I think.
It would limit my capabilities to an extent.
How do you feel about a piercing? And I show him Ling's ears being pierced. Maybe not here, but attach it somewhere. Or I'm not entirely sure everything that you do, but integrate it into you?
I do not know if I would be able to integrate it into my form. But I do have these, and like flops the giant ears that you see on a dachshund. Maybe those could be of use.
They could. I don't want to hurt you though. Are you able to like form around it, or do I have to make an actual hole for you? And I just kind of hold it up to their ear with the loop touching.
I will be all right. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So okay. I'll grab out my little light hammer, which I've always pictured as having a sharp end and a like meaty end.
Why not?
Um, this feels so wrong.
Like flops the head down onto like a wood piece. So like the ear literally like flops across, and it's kind of, you know, when you see someone's like, please cut off my head. Like it's kind of, but
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
ear that's
just the ear.
sitting
Right.
waiting.
Tell me if this is too much, and I'll just like try and find the right spot where it's gonna dangle nicely. And
There's a slight yip, and then it sits back up.
then I'll attach it.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
I am quite fine.
Good. Since you're such a good boy, are you a boy or a girl? Do you have a gender? What would you prefer?
Gender?
So you're all right with being called the goodest boy?
I will accept that such a title.
Cool. Since you've been such a good boy, I got you some treats, and I'm gonna pull out the bag of dog treats, and I'll give them one.
The tail starts going, what are treats?
Eat it. You'll find out. Very good. And I'll take a bite of like just a small bite of it, and then hand him the rest.
It tastes nasty to you, but the dog loves it.
So good.
It is quite delightful. I appreciate it.
Right. Well, anytime you're a good boy, I can give you one of these.
I will strive to
If
be
you
the
so-
best of boys.
You're a good dog. And I'll just spend the rest of the time giving him scritches and loves.
All right, Renji, you are able to return to the ship at this point, as they're fully set and ready to make their way down the river.
All right. Yeah. Looks to Caleb. All right. We're all good. Let's
All right,
post haste.
let's get going. And the ship begins to make its way down the waters to meet up with other members of the family. As you keep going, you find not quite what you expected at the end of this trip, as one of the river boats is on the shore, on its side, and it looks like they are doing some repairs. It doesn't look like there's too much damage to that particular ship, but it's enough that they're not taking chances. You also notice that those who are walking around, some of them have a couple bandages, some of them are sporting some bruises and such, but they seem relatively okay. Make a perception check for me.
Both are just Renji.
Both of you can.
That's cocked.
18.
23.
Okay. You both notice Island kind of helping to direct a little bit of the repairs, leaning on a walking stick with a sling. And kind of sees you approach from on the shore and just kind of waves as Caleb and the rest of the crew kind of pull it up towards the beach. Gets it as close to the edge as you can with this type of longboat. And they hop off and begin wading the rest of the way towards the shore to meet up with the rest of their family.
I'll follow him over.
Yeah. I'm literally gonna jump to that ship.
Okay. Well, that ship is also already beached, so you'd have to jump in the water and then jump on that boat because it's still like 10 feet away, at least.
Oh yeah, he will.
Okay.
He would take a dip.
All right. You find yourselves heading towards that boat and to the shore, and Island is walking towards you guys. Her typical, very seems pretty, despite her injuries, of good spirits, general kind of. Well, I can't say this is how I expected to see you again.
Are you okay? What
Yes,
happened?
please.
I'm all right.
There's got to be some. I am a great healer. I would be happy to
So
take a...
am I. This is all just residual. I'm all right.
I hate seeing people. Okay.
He did this?
I wasn't around at first, which was part of the issue. And wasn't expecting anyone to be there when I did approach. I got a little distracted. You see she's kind of looking around towards members of her family, and you can see most of them do have, they're different, have bruises and such. Make insight checks. Renji, you have advantage because you know them pretty well.
Oh, too bad. 15.
15 and a natural 20. I love that. Ling, you notice that while most everyone else, like a lot of those who are here, do look pretty beat up, they also look like they're probably healing pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Renji, you know that for Island, family comes first. So she's more likely to use up whatever she can on other people over herself.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why she probably healed her own wounds naturally. Which is why it would be still a little bit rocky. So technically hit points are fine, but Renji, you also pick up that she's hiding a sadness that she has not expressed as of yet.
Island. Please tell me he didn't. You didn't.
I got back as soon as I could. As we did our best.
Who?
Oh, my grandmother. Nani. She puts her hand on your shoulder. The one she leans her stick against her and puts her hand on your shoulder. Our family follows those who take care of the graves and the dead. This is just how life goes.
Why would he?
I don't know how much he was. I don't know. He didn't seem like he didn't like seem like someone in control of himself.
Was he carrying a blade like mine? But
Oh, yes, he was. Though the colors were a bit different.
Two of those things, Renji?
this one might be different.
This one's something to be feared. Not that I have much experience with yours, which seems to have some new adornments.
And it's staying that way.
Let's just say everyone's safer that way.
All right.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Have you given everybody divine healing yet? Or
Everyone
I'm not sure
has
how you heal.
It's been a couple of days. Everyone at this point, it just comes down to their bodies to best heal. I follow divine magics as well.
Just I hate to see people injured, especially when it's something that we're trying to cease.
Well, if it helps, looking towards Renji, we didn't exactly give him a lift where he was going, so he is on foot on his way towards Hastings, which is quite a long way.
Unless he stole a boat.
Not the way we saw him walking. You got a map?
I maybe. I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do. Ruffle
Here,
in my
pull it
backpack.
out real quick.
Yeah. Grab it out of my backpack and and place it out. I think it's more of it's more towards Baldur's Gate, I think, what we have. With like the edge of the Dalelands on it. Or the edge of the map is the Dalelands.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. So she goes down to the map. So we caught sight of him just at the fork that's quite to the west of Scornabel. And sent him down towards Hastings when he was asking where exactly to find you, pointing at Renji. It seemed like the best way to get him to stop stabbing people. Anyway, the best trip, and she points, there's a path that leads from Scornabel down to Burdusk. That's a walking path. He seemed to be heading that way. If we do it right, we might be able to beat him towards Burdusk. We won't even have to get into that town. If I did my job right, and I think I did, we can eat him there.
Post haste. Is there any repairs I can help with on the boat?
Well, this one,
one?
and points to the one. This one's, I think, going to be stuck here for a bit, and I think I'm going to stick around with my clan here to get as much as we can set, and we have a ritual or two to worry about. But you met my cousin. Points to the big tall, and he's now like just working on helping lift some of the heavier things.
Yeah,
he's willing to take you the rest of the way towards Burdusk, and we'll stop you about a day ahead of the town. And that should actually, there's a bridge that he'll have to cross anyway, so we can stop you right before that bridge. That's your best bet.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. And there's like there's tears welling up in Renji's eyes. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for any of this.
She takes your hand. You didn't do anything. We're very used to this sort of thing.
Can I at least give you some money to help with repairs and everything?
Oh,
and anything?
please, don't you fucking dare.
I just. I'll make this right.
She's really perceptive. She then like lifts your hand up and goes, "This was worse last time I saw you."
Thanks to the new adornments.
You're not the only one with something like this.
Alosrin too?
Not quite the same. It looked a little bit different, but yeah.
Different how?
More extensive by a lot and also lighter in color. Not much though.
Like goes up his arm and like tell me to stop.
Doesn't stop until you're closer to the elbow.
Fuck me. Oh, okay. Kind of looks to Ling.
It's not good. We need to go.
Ling.
We need a lot of planning. It sounds like we need to catch this fucker off guard.
Right. Pulls Island in for a gentle yet firm hug, not trying to hurt them, just
There's a little bit, especially because, like I said, their arm is currently complete, and it's like you can't see their hand with how the sling is wrapped around the hand. So there's a little bit of a wince as pulled in, but it doesn't say anything.
Thank you for everything. And
Of course.
he takes out a something that reminds him of home is cherry blossoms from home. Give this to her when you put her to rest.
I certainly will. I think she'll love it.
Oh, don't miss her cookies though. She took that recipe to the grave, didn't she?
Nah, we got that. Found it back in her cookbook back in the back in her room. Haven't tried making it yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if she kept a few things out.
Yeah, they always do.
Always hide the secret ingredient.
Yeah. Well, we best be off if we want to catch up with them.
Absolutely.
Thank
Caleb
you
will be
again.
with you.
Yeah, and Ling's just gonna reach out an arm to give Isla this kind of handshake.
Yeah,
And
and
then-
only you'll notice that the one arm never, and she's got the cane in the other arm, so she has to like set it aside to her, but she'll join.
As we clasp, I'm gonna utter a small prayer. Daenerys, please protect this family. And even though she says she's good, I'm pumping 20 points of divine healing in just an attempt to ease her pain. Thank you.
Thank you. Be safe.
And Ling,
And you know, if
always.
you need help, please just give me a shout. Yeah. Here, and reaches back into a pouch and pulls out a sending stone.
Very helpful.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Keep in touch. Yeah. You seem to
Absolutely.
like you guys need help more than most that I've dealt with.
Well, hopefully after this you won't get stabbed as much.
I think you underestimate what I do for a living.
We can only hope, can't we?
I'm a smuggler, love. I get stabbed a lot.
Just don't make a habit out of it.
Working on it.
Uh-huh. Right. Let's go. Ling, anything you need to do before we head out, or what are we bouncing?
Oh, we're gone.
All right. And Benji will head to the other ship. And let me to grab Caleb, but just like listen.
Island walks away going, Caleb, get back to your fucking boat.
Benji definitely gives Caleb the look of, we need to like go, as in, how fast can this thing fucking go?
Yeah, and when Island was like, you get on your fucking boat, there's that moment where Caleb just said, oh, and like put something down. You get the sense that the new head of this household is Island.
Oh yeah,
she's kind of had to take it over since Nanny's footsteps.
Yeah,
who was the original matriarch of this family.
Yeah, to be fair, only Aileen has the fucking brains to do it. Let's be fair here. But yeah.
He's the cleric, as Jester would say. The cleric? I'm the cleric.
I'm the cleric? Yeah, yeah. But yeah.
Would it help at all if Ling and someone else like rode on either side as well as the engine to help us get just
Not really. It's a pretty big long boat. That's not gonna do.
Not gonna help.
It's like trying to row a tugboat. It's not gonna make it go any faster, but it does have a decent speed, and you guys are able to take off. It's only that does not fill me with confidence. I'm trying to open a D&D Beyond page, and I'm getting an error message.
Oh no!
Already had map up, so hopefully I won't have too much trouble. You guys already have the map up, or have the above ET?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay, so then we should be okay. So, as this evening hits, you do not have above ETT?
I did. Now I'm getting a 503 first bite timeout.
That's what was happening last night.
What the fuck, D&D Beyond? Is this your revenge for the
outrage
battle with your fans? That's okay. We might. I was hoping to get us there, but maybe we won't. That's okay. We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
I was trying to pull up Island's character sheet so I could remember the exact name of her deity.
Oh,
it's slipping my mind right this second. But we'll see if at least I know you guys had it on your phones, and that should be okay.
Yeah. My above VTT has issues updating, so I still have the map up, and it seems to be working. I'm now afraid to poke around my character sheet, though.
And even the phone app is not working. God fucking damn it.
Really won't even load the caked shit? Cached?
Yeah.
All right, let me pause this recording real quick while we try to figure this out. And if we don't, we can get some of the roleplay stuff out of the way, and then I guess, pause until next time. So, as you all are on the deck of this ship, heading towards your destination, which should only be a couple days left in that trip. I'm afraid to check my map to find out exactly.
Actually, I was just going to say, try it. I just was able to open Renji's sheet.
Oh. Yes, it's back.
Ooh.
Is it?
Yep.
It's slow, but it things are coming up. And I'm just going to leave that page open over there, just in case. Go back to my own sheet.
And I'm in above VTT as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is there any conversation you wish to have at this moment as Caleb sits behind the wheel? I guess this is a rudder. Anyway, he's controlling the movement of the boat. You've got a couple of the field hands loading coal to get this thing moving as you continue down the river.
Kind of looks. You don't need like any inside check whatsoever, but Renji is like sitting down, and he looks fucking depressed. Well, they look fucking depressed.
Ling will sit next to him. How are you doing? I'm sure that was incredibly tough to see people being hurt by your family.
I find it kind of amusing, actually.
Really? Would you care to share?
Alosrin was always the golden child.
Now he's the troublemaker.
And they think I'm bad.
He's always the golden boys.
I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I've killed people.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody. Perfection is impossible.
Tell that to my father.
I will. Next time I meet him.
Well, if I remember correctly, DM, my home is quite literally, is it southwest of Squanderville?
It is almost directly north.
Yeah. Just before that tree line, yeah? Of the Region Woods?
Yes.
I'm just... Now I'm wondering if he's beyond saving.
I think that depends on what has influence over him. But I think the priority would be to subdue him first.
I will warn you, even if he hasn't got the new blade on him, he has a, we call it a karma. It's like a scythe, but It's it's a stick, but with a blade that curves out like that.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
He's very skilled with it.
Reaper
Frighteningly
of
so.
Souls, you might say.
Scaringly so.
Perhaps your new, I was going to say toy, but is far too dangerous for that. Your new weapon would help in that.
You should have seen what I did to the test dummies.
Yeah?
Like, gets the chain dagger out, like shows you.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Very versatile. Feel the heft of the counterweight.
Holy crap. You carry this constantly? Damn. I thought my battle axe was heavy.
He just swings around like it's nothing. Just this may catch him off guard.
Yeah. Try and get that around his weapon. Disarm him. I'm sure he's deft with his hands as you are, but
why do you think I had a chain instead of a rope?
you are smart. Speaking of smarts, how smart is he? Do you think he would spot a trap?
No.
Or possibly fall for one? Or do we just have to spring an ambush and hope for the best?
He is very intelligent. But he has one fatal weakness.
Yes?
It's his ego. As well as he's deadly one-on-one. There comes a point where if he's too overwhelmed, he starts to panic and lash out.
Okay. You might be able to use that to our advantage.
Maybe.
Maybe we can utilize the portable hole in some fashion. Make some pitfalls on the battlefield that we intend to use.
I have another plan in mind.
Yeah? Please do share.
When we get to the bridge, you all hide.
Confront him alone?
I will give you a signal.
I'm assuming on that signal we all jump out and attack.
Give him hell for me.
And with that laugh, you can kind of see the redness come out of Ling's face, or become more prominent in their face, and their teeth become just ever so slightly pointed. Hell's coming.
When it comes to the end, though, just knock him unconscious.
Of course. We want to help him. If possible. I think I speak for the entire group when I say if it comes down to the requirement to end him, that will fall on your decision. That will be your task if you wish.
No, it won't.
No.
When he's unconscious and subdued, I'm delivering to my parents like a bloody gift.
See. Want some extra chain? Tie him up with.
I have ways.
Sure you do. I've seen your rope work.
I pressed the wrong button if that's what that face was.
Yeah, that was a... Did we hit like a like a gelatinous cube of the way. Jesus.
Roll initiative. No.
Fuck.
I
No.
accidentally tapped a button. I got too into the role play and tapped a button when I was trying to read something because I was not
Oops.
paying attention.
That was a squelchy sound. I'm not.
Yeah, it sounded like a plastic bag.
I'm so sorry. That
Yeah.
was my dice rolling across my D&D Beyond screen.
Oops.
You're good.
My bad. Continue.
Hey, you want to see this in action?
Hell yeah.
Caleb, we're gonna be on top of the boat. We're not gonna break anything. Don't worry.
Please don't break. Why do we
Just a
have
bit of
to
show and tell,
specify
that's
we're
all.
not breaking anything?
It's a new thing I got. I want to show it off.
Okay. It just goes back to try. He's like,
But yeah, Renji will show his capabilities and kind of do this thing with the like meteor bit where he'll wrap it around his foot and kick it forward and just straight shot. Not at Ling, but like purposely right by their head. Like,
okay.
You swear
roll
you
an
feel
attack. You said right by the head. I need to be sure.
Yeah, do it.
That's cocked. That's a 14.
Nope.
Okay, it's not a natural one. You don't hit. You managed to, because if you rolled a 1, it would have.
Yeah, it's fine. I got healing and 50 hit points. I'm good.
Dude, have you seen what meteor hammers can do?
I have not shown the video yet. I'm actually about to share it in the group.
So, yeah,
I've never heard that term before, so I'm only like mixing and matching things that I'm imagining.
Watch the video, because
I really like meteor hammers.
Sarah can attest, they do not fuck around. Especially with someone who is trained.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for Helen's reaction.
Yeah, so that's what's happening on the top of the cabin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I have seen these before. I just didn't know that they were called meteor hammers.
Yeah, they're called.
So yes, this is what I had in my mind.
I love them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
Renji,
exactly what I envisioned.
As you are practicing and getting into that sort of meditative state in your mind, the blade at your hip, tucked away behind its chain, just becomes ever more obvious in its presence. Not in an invasive way like you're used to. More like a knock on the door.
Ah, so the bitch is actually knocking. In Renji's head. Yes.
Are you going to meditate through this?
Um,
Because if all you're doing is trying from inside your mind, you don't feel that connection that was once there.
It's a different sort of meditation. It's that level of serenity in training where the mind is completely just...
You're in ultra instinct mode.
Pretty much.
The body thinks on its own. The mind is left to wander.
You allow yourself that communication. And you envision yourself in a darkened space that you've gotten used to with her invasions. But instead of the usual looming, creepy voice from behind that you've grown used to and grown to loathe, you see step out in front of you a white yukata wearing woman. Hair very neatly kept up, but the face looks like it can't decide what it's supposed to be anymore. Like if there was an identity there, it's been gone over the years and it doesn't know what it once was. And as it steps forward, it stops for a moment and just traces a finger in the air, and you can see ripples appear where there was nothing. Like there's a barrier in between you both, keeping her invasion away.
I'll step up to the barrier.
Neat little toy you've got here. Can't say I'm a fan.
Oh, I'm going to love it.
Until you need me. Which sounds like you will soon.
Out of curiosity, what makes you so sure?
Oh, you decide you want to take down and chase your big brother. Might be more difficult than you expect.
You're afraid.
That's a strong word. I'm aware. Make an insight check.
Cocked. $21.
It's hard to read anything off of a face that's constantly shifting, but there is a hesitation there. And then you realize that anytime you've thought about chasing after your brother as hardcore as you're doing now, something has made you rethink and pulled back from that idea. She doesn't want to be anywhere near that sword.
What is this about this blade that you're so afraid of?
You keep throwing that word around. How arrogant.
Prove me wrong.
It hates me. What can I say?
I can't imagine why.
Something
You're just such
about...
a delight.
I try. You could always just remove that lovely little shackle and we can go back to as it was.
Why does it hate you?
Because whoever I was before killed whoever it was before after slaughtering their something. I don't know. I was having fun. Long time ago.
So it's the anti-you, basically.
And yet, it seems to be just obliterating everything in its path. I stuttered. It did not.
That would have been amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. You can't got your tongue. Something tells me I have 2 theories. 1 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 2 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 3 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 4 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 5 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 6 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 7 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 8 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 9 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 10 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 11 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 12 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 13 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 14 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 15 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 16 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 17 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 18 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 19 is that you are the one who killed your brother. 20 is that you are the one who killed This blade is hell-bent on finding me, which in turn finds you. In which case, you two are similar in a lot of ways. Or maybe that depends on the wielder.
Interesting theory.
What would happen if I were to unshackle you?
We get to play.
Wrong choice of words. What would happen?
I get to play. I don't sit still well.
And that is why I'm not taking it off.
She kind of snaps and snarls a little bit and then goes back to the composed. Fine. Then when you die along the road, I will have to find a new toy.
I don't know about you. A lot of weird stuff has been happening. And you're afraid that you'll be forgotten again, unused, and stationary once more. And you know what? I don't think I'll ever forget you. But you know what I'll do? I'll put you back in that shrine. And I will look upon you and laugh as you rust and wither. Now, be a good girl and shut up. And breaks the connection.
Inspiration. Absolutely.
Yes!
That
was good.
That was amazing. Take that. Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of want to clip that bit just to send it to the others and be like, you missed this, guys!
Yes. So, Ling, you've just been watching Renji as they've been going through the motions, and at first they started out and it was very like, this is fun, and their expression changes as they continue to go through the motions, and it's much more ritualistic and meditative in their appearance. It's become much more stoic. And then Renji, you come back out of that vision, that conversation.
Getting real into it, damn.
You realize the meteor hammer and rope dart is still in your hand.
Getting real good with that.
I just had a lovely chat with her.
Wait, I thought she was fucking sealed. What the hell?
She politely knocked, and I thought, don't worry, nothing to worry about, I promise you. And shows the hands.
Hey.
And over the past few days, it's almost completely receded. It's nearly gone.
She's afraid.
Wow. Well, that's a fucking first.
She's afraid of that blade.
But your brother's blade? Uh,
Ancient
Okay.
history, bad blood between each other.
oh, so okay. So spirit blades spirits didn't like each other before they became blades?
Something tells me that Alosrin's blade didn't like the fact that that blade obliterated their people and is now on a soul hell-bent venged quest.
Ah, vengeance blade. Being a paladin oath of vengeance. Could I do any kind of history check or anything to see if this is something that has happened before? The
Yes, you may.
spirit of vengeance inhabiting a sword in any um yeah.
Fascinating.
Yes, thank you. History is 15.
You would know. I mean, there are myths that souls not able to fulfill something could end up
Mhm.
lingering. You know that vengeance is a very powerful emotion that tends to
Very.
invade and corrupt the soul and push them towards more
Okay.
catastrophic moments.
Okay.
It's possible. It's very possible that this is based on what you know of Renji's blade,
Mhm.
um, and this story. Yeah, it could be that somebody hated something so much that they imbued their blade with that hate.
Well, I do know vengeance is a extremely powerful emotion.
And a great motivator, apparently.
Yes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it motivates me a bit. Perhaps a bit too much at times, but I try and wield it for good. But it can be overwhelming. So I'm wondering if something so horrific happened to the soul in your brother's blade. I wonder if it does have the power to destroy your blade.
I'm not going to destroy it. I made a promise to it. I made a promise
Okay.
to watch it wither, rust, and just be forgotten. You know, she'd be kind of proud of me. I said to her, "Be a good girl and shut up."
Oh, Reggie, that's growth. Good for you.
Is it?
I'm just
Is it really? Um,
just wondering if maybe we could end two souls suffering at the same time.
I will be honest. I would like to converse with this new one.
That would
Only
be an
because
interesting conversation.
I don't think it's a complete takeover over Alosrin.
It could be that the spirit's vengeance is so strong that it is seeping into Alosrin, motivating him in the same way.
I'm just wondering if what's happening with him is more to do with the fact of it brings out the inner workings of a person rather than full takeover like this one.
That would be likely, I think, with a sort of vengeance. I'm basing everything entirely on things that I've read previously and my own understanding of vengeance and the description you've given me. But you're right; it could be just an influence. And I know personally that it, when it does take over, it can make you do things that you wouldn't consciously do if you actually thought about it. It's more of an instinct.
Anywho, well, I'm just glad I have you all by my side.
Glad to be by your side.
And you get you a hug.
Oh, big ol' hugs.
All right. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. So,
Food sounds good. Let's go.
and plus we left
Well,
Kindle, Mimi, Keith, unsupervised.
Yeah. Oh, God's with the dog. I wonder what's happening.
Oh, we should go back. We should go back.
Yep.
And with
No,
that,
Keith, put that down.
a chaotic evening is had between the pets and the friends, and your new companions in terms of the crew, who are very lively despite everything that their family has been through in recent days. You will notice also that a couple of these crew members also are a bit banged up, like they probably were, one of the crew
Part of
that had
it?
switched off.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
and were part of the attack that had happened on the other ship.
I'll make sure they're taken care of if they feel a little iffy.
They don't see, like, it really is more like they have bruises that are healing. One of them looks like they've lost part of a finger, but it's not
Yeah.
anything that will like
Come
they're
back.
still able to, they're used to, they're
Okay.
deckhands. They're used to, working through what they can. And they are a very hardy, difficult to break their spirits kind of people and family, as their nature. And if you make persuasion checks actually to see if you can get them talking about like some of their stories. You have advantage because Renji's there and they already have history.
Oh, decent. Thank you so much for the advantage. I got a 1 and a 17.
Oh, that's much better. So the family apparently originated, Nani's the one who started the business aspect of it, but they were brought over. They started the business because a great grandparent had been brought from the Fey realm into Faerun against their will. And so they have this mentality of protect the lost, bring them to safety, kind of shepherd-ish mentality. And because of the nature of their work, where they have a very different aspect towards death as it's simply another stage in life, that brings people from one difficult time into something that's better for that, that could be end up being better for the person. It's better for their soul, exactly. They worship the god Nephilis. Can never freaking pronounce it.
It's an interesting name.
Their goddess is a goddess of basically funeral rites. So they just see that as the next stage. So they're much more lighthearted about it. And they've all been through some shit because they break in a lot of places where they're not wanted to get people out to get them where they need to be.
Cool. Okay.
So they were not as prepared for this incident. And with 17, they do talk a little bit more about it. It sounds like Alosrin was disguised as just an everyday person. They didn't see it coming, which is how he was able to get the drop on them, while Island was not present. Island was working on another mission trying to help another lost soul.
Okay.
And came back before he had left. And in an attempt to defend more members of the family, got further injured rather than went into defensive more than offensive, and therefore got more injured.
Okay.
Before he got what he wanted to hear and moved along.
All right. It's good to know.
So the family is quite used to some level of
pain of life.
Yes. They are very, very stubborn and hardy people.
Well, I think I'll at least cook dinner tonight for them.
They are happy to accept.
Yeah. If I can't heal them, let me heal the soul. Or if I can't heal the bodies, let me heal the soul.
Yep.
Anything else you guys like to do?
Just to meditate and prepare. I'm happy to cut it here, or cut it until, like, if we want to be dramatic about it, cut it until we get to the bridge, and then I'm there just waiting.
Okay.
All right,
so over
that.
the next couple days, you guys are able to hatch plans, discuss with each other, and you do arrive in the late afternoon at a very small wooden bridge, a short distance above. What was the name of that town again? I have to look at the map. Sword Coast.
Burdusk.
Thank you. A short distance above the town of Burdusk.
Quick thing. On our river trip, I'm also going to continue my infernal lessons with Kindle.
Okay. All right. We can do that. And you arrive, seeing that bridge. Don't see anyone approaching at the moment, and know you have time before they arrive to set plans in motion.
If we're just gonna say to the others, rest what you need to do. Take your positions as you need. And he's just gonna like kneel down, like in that samurai pose with the legs together and on the knees, and just wait.
And that is where we will cut it tonight. All right. I'm sorry. I started to say that as I was interrupting you, and I did not realize. I'm sorry, Helen. Did you want to say something in particular?
I just wanted to mention that I would like to send Seldwa up the trail on her own to keep an eye out. I can communicate with them up to a mile.
Okay. All right.
So I'd like to get some heads up
send
on,
a dachshund,
when
and it really is kind of funny because Renji goes and sits down in this pose, blade out in front, or the meteor hammer has stretched out nicely in front, ready, as a dachshund trots by, ears flapping, up the bridge, down the ridge, and up the road. And that is where we will end it tonight.
Love it.